for like 5 seconds, she's just fucking hammered my ass, dude.
Oh, don't say that. Oh my god.
Dude, welcome to the Be Discouraged podcast. This is episode 6. Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done it.
It's been like a month and a week or something like that.
It has not been 5 weeks. There's no way.
The last upload was 3 weeks ago, so a month.
Okay, so that's close. No, it's not a month. That's a week. That's literally 3/4 of a month. It's not. Regardless.
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Glad to be here. My internet sucks still. I was supposed to have internet people show up today, and then they didn't show up, and then they said they weren't going to show up, and then they texted me today that they were going to show up, but still no internet. I'm upstairs right now because.
Yeah, tell us about your fancy. What is everything? What are we looking at here?
This is Mariah's grandma's.
This is your future inheritance. This is your future inheritance.
There's too many cords, dude. I'm stressed.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Mariah's grandma's out of town. We moved downstairs here. So I mean, most people know why I'm here, right? I moved here for opportunity to get out of the wall and the apartment we were stuck in. And there's no ABA jobs. There's like one ABA clinic. That's what I do. There's one ABA clinic back in Walla Walla. There's like 100 here. So lots more opportunity. I got several job opportunities. Quit one, started one. But we're here in grandma's room or upstairs. We've been living in her basement, but she's out of town for like 10 days. So I came up here because the internet doesn't suck. So
we should record one today and tomorrow. If you're able to,
we can do that. Yeah. I have not, and today's a 3-day, or this weekend's a 3-day weekend too. So
ooh, nice.
Lots of free time. Veterans Day, yeah, dude.
It's Veterans Day when? This weekend?
Monday.
I'll have my kids, dude. That's not fair. Because I eat free, but they don't. They didn't serve their country.
That's true. It's kind of dumb that the parents of the kids of the parent who serve their country can't get a free meal too. I mean, yeah. Come on.
I mean, kids' meals are inexpensive, but still, I have to pay.
They're nothing.
I probably. What do you mean they're nothing? It's like $6.
I mean, no, but I'm saying the amount of food that you're like the cost to pay for it is a lot, but like the amount of food they give is next to nothing.
Oh, well, that's not even what I'm talking about though. I'm just talking about having to pay.
But I'm saying on their end to just give it to them. Just make it for the kids too or something. You know what I mean? It'd be very easy. Very easy. Dude, right before we started the podcast, there was a guy outside here, right? And I've been a street kid. I've made a lot of dumb decisions. I met a lot of dumb people, dude. And I can spot a dumb person. And this dude, I knew it, dude. I knew it. And he's got one of those like stoners on, almost like 3-6 Mafia, like Juicy J kind of sweater. Where it like only
I love Juicy J.
Juicy J's cool, but only the kids I used to hang out with would wear shit like that. You know what I mean? Not like you could tell he might have been up to no good, right? Looking at him, and he's walking so slow in front of this house, and he's looking at me, dude, and watching me, and then stops and would like look at his phone, and then look back up at me and watch me, and then I started watching him, and I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, not because you're in a fancy house, you think you're better than everybody. That's crazy. Dude. No. What it probably is some rich kid's kid who's just like has had everything handed to him, and all he wants to do is do drugs and stay at home. And he thinks his life is
regardless of where I was living or what I was doing or what that person looked like, if they're looking in my window that much, I'm immediately going to get sketched out. Defensive. Especially if Mariah's here. Especially if Mariah's here.
Wait, goddamn, you and your background. It's very fitting. Like I can see you like working your way into this type of environment. Like just a little rich white boy.
You don't see the environment?
No.
Look at the outside, dude.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, hold on. I'll unplug you.
God, you look like you live in freaking UK or something.
Can you still see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I see a telescope right there. Who are you staring at?
Dude, look at that. You made me sound like a creep, dude. One, I'm not even up here. Two, I don't think Grams is peeking.
Yeah, it's really nice.
But
yeah,
it is really nice.
What is Grandma doing? Bird watching?
Yeah, I don't know.
She's watching some dude give big old strokes to a granny, dude. That's what she's doing.
Watch it, dude. She might be watching this. Watch it.
She might be watching this. What are the odds of her watching this?
Probably less than 0. Like a fraction. It would have to be somehow maybe Mariah's dad saw the video and then he would have to watch the whole thing to this point and then be maybe upset he would have to be upset to send it to her. There's no other emotion. He'd be like, and then send it, right? It would be like the only reason she would see it is if he sent it, and he would only send it if he got upset. So I mean, I feel like that's
it's okay. It's okay.
You're talking about her peeping Tom and dudes giving BJs. Dudes getting BJs or whatever.
Dudes giving long strokes to grannies.
Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever you said. That's disgusting. But the sketchy guy made me think about like sketchy street situations. Have you been in any sketchy street situations?
I mean, I went to a pretty diverse school, so there's always like white people versus black people versus Mexicans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I used to walk home all the time, so people always trying to like pick fights and stuff, but I just avoided everything. Never.
Yeah, no one ever tried to like fight you or.
Yeah, try to fight me, but they never did. And it's
never.
No, I've been jumped, but that was a different instance. No, I was always like, silver tongue.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw somebody get jumped. It was at a park. And I already knew the park was sketch, but it was at night, and it was the most violent thing I ever witnessed. Man, I was pretty young. I had to have been like 13 maybe. So I mean, young enough to be impressionable, but also like old enough to remember. And that shit fucked me up. I remember one time
watching anybody get their ass beat, especially by multiple people, is pretty traumatizing to watch.
Especially when you're walking by, right? Like it's not like I was driving by where I could like it was just like it just happened. Like you were living it as you were walking by. You know?
It's like they're gonna look at you and say, "Get his ass too."
Yeah. So you don't want to look, but you're hearing it, and like it's so much, man. It's so much. And we Colton, his brother Ren, and myself almost got jumped one time too. We were walking to the gas station, actually, the convenience store, just grabbing some stuff, and some guy yelled the F word at us, right out the car. So, and then Ren, like a dumbass, said, "Hey, come back here and say that to my face. I bet you won't." Guys get out of the car, and we're 16, so we're still young, dude. We're still kids, and these guys are like 20s, early 20s. One dude is juiced up, dude. Like, and I don't know if he was on like maybe some cocaine or something, maybe meth, but he was like moving quick too. His eyeballs were, and
dude,
like
he had like cyber attachments from Cyberpunk. That's what I imagined when he said that.
Yeah, dude, and like you could see the veins popping out of his neck, and he's screaming too. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, and like he punked us. He was like, "Call yourself a bitch," and in context too, his other friend is holding something behind his back. So he's in the background like a shady snake, dude. Like, just like holding something behind his back while his roided out friend on meth is fucking screaming. And they're like, "Call yourself a bitch." And we did. And I remember thinking in that moment, and I probably still would. And I don't think I would ever call myself a bitch again in front of somebody. I don't care what they did. And like, it made me so much more like.
That's too much pride, dude. That's too much pride.
I mean, gun to my head, maybe I'd do it. But like, in a moment where there's like, I'm an adult man now, and if someone's going to get aggressive with me and like peacock on me and say, "Call yourself a bitch," or I'm going to get aggressive, I'm not calling myself a bitch. If that guy wants to get aggressive, he can. I'll scrap. But like, I'm not going to do that just because he wants to. It's more than, I think there's some pride there, but I think it's also reasonable. I think it's reasonable.
I think it depends on the situation too. Because I mean, I'm pretty stubborn, but if I know that something's going to happen, I'll definitely do something to get out of it.
Yeah,
especially now, dude, because people don't fight anymore. They'll just kill you. There's no like, beat each other up until you knock them down, and then they'll get on top of you and they just won't stop.
Yeah, do you believe me?
I just don't think it's worth dying over something so stupid.
That's true. Maybe if I felt like I was gonna die. Well, and again, there was that threat of what was behind this dude's back. We assume it's a knife, but it could have been anything. But he was clutching it, dude.
Yeah, like
clutching it and like moving his arm and like like it was insinuated that it was a been.
He could have been adjusting his butt plug.
That's, I mean, just as likely. Just as likely.
Like I've been to a bar like maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, and I'll go and yeah. And,
whoa.
And the only reason why I went was to play pool with my friend and drink a little bit. And this dude would he randomly came up behind me and he was like, "Why are you at my pool table?" And I was like, "I'm just playing pool, relax." Yeah. And he was like, "Don't tell me to relax. Outside." I'm like, "No, relax, dude. Just calm down." It's like,
yeah.
After I finish, I promise I'm gonna go back to my table. And it's just like stuff like that. I'm not gonna instigate, especially when there's a lot of people around, because that's when people get even more brave. And I'm not scared to fight, but if there's no need to fight, I'm not gonna fight ever. Never, ever.
Yeah,
ever.
I agree with that too. So I think I have conflicting values in this and need to sit on it.
Yeah, you need
to figure out what I'd actually do.
You need to figure it out, because it happens a lot, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. And
no, go ahead.
No, I've been in so many situations, especially when I was working at Walmart, which is really weird. And I think some of it had to do with like the way I carried myself. But I had 3 different people try to fight me at Walmart because they thought I was looking at their girl. And like, and no way was I. And 2 scenarios, never. Like I would never. And not bashing whatever people are into, but man, I would never ever. There's one specifically where I told you about the deli counter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy. I mean, his wife, 0 chance I would ever look her way. And he was so mad, dude. But yeah, you're right. People do that all the time, man. People want to get aggressive with confident people, I think. And I think that's probably you too.
Yeah, man, dude, but I'm the least person that you would approach to try to fight. I'm 5'6". I'm the tiny, small, little cute boy.
Yeah.
And then even in the army, we would have these circles, and we would do combatives in the middle, right? It's just like grappling. Everybody would call me out. I'm like, dude, why me? I'm the smallest, unintimidating person in the world, and you guys are calling me out.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, it's not like I'm not the tallest guy, but like I think some of it's confidence. I'm sure it's the way you carry yourself, but like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why are they calling you out? Yeah. Not because they think it's easy. It's probably because you're confident.
Just like I would be calling out the big boys. You know, if I'm trying to prove something, I'm not going to call me out.
Yeah, that's fair. Colton gets it a lot too, but I think Colton gets it for a different reason. Colton, everywhere Colton goes, people are trying to fight Colton. But I think it's also that's the other side of what we're talking about, where it's like, strictly because of his stature, and he has resting bitch face super hard for his fucking eyebrows. He's the nicest guy, but his eyebrows are fucking like he looks mean all the time, dude. This is like baseline, and people are always trying to fight him.
He's got
always
barbarian bridges,
literally, dude.
Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, barbarian everything, dude. And people fight him just because they want to see they feel intimidated or insecure about the way he looks, which is crazy, dude. I've seen it time and time again, especially when we were out at Cheney. Happened all the time at Cheney. But that's also college, dude. People are always trying to fight.
Cheney? What's Cheney?
Cheney that's where I went to college. That's Eastern Washington University.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's like it's like a little college town. I think there's like year round, there's only like 7,000 people that live there if the college students aren't there. So it's very, very small. Yeah. Very small. A lot of alcohol, a lot of partying.
I have a question that just came up in my head. Mm-hmm. All right. So if every single pet, like if you knew that all of your pets were actually 75-year-old men or women trapped inside of a dog's or a cat's body, whatever animal it was,
okay,
would you treat them differently?
I don't think so. I might try to give them more food. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, they still liked the things they liked. I mean, the whole time I've been with them, they've like I just think about my cat. Had her like 12 years. She's enjoyed most of her time, so I think I would just keep doing that.
Yeah.
What would you do anything different?
No, I just
talk to him more maybe.
I don't know. I just imagined like, man, if I knew that my pets were like 75-year-old men in their bodies, I don't know if I would want them anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, that is weird. That reminds me of one of the things on my list is we do documentary days at my work on Fridays. So the kids I work with don't have to do school and shit, and we watch a documentary, and we watch one on octopus, and this one called My Octopus Teacher, right? And it's about this guy who spent a whole year following this one octopus in South Africa. There's one guy, one octopus, and the whole time I'm watching it, dude, I have such like conflicting feelings because I'm like, he's talking and he sounds like he's in love with this fucking fish, like literally about to marry it. And I'm like, this guy's fucking weird. But then I'm like, I'm learning stuff, and I'm like, but this is also what creates genius. Like I truly believe that people get hyper focused on things. You discover things. That's how things are created and genius is discovered. And I'm like, this guy knows more about octopuses than anybody. That's pretty fucking cool. And then I go back to, this guy's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. There's a show called The Boys, and there's a character named The Deep, and he can speak to all aquatic animals, and he has romantic relationships with an octopus. And like he even he hides her in the closet because He doesn't want anybody to know he's fucking an octopus, you know?
That's crazy.
But he's in love.
Octopus. Yeah, that's this guy, dude. That's probably his favorite superhero. Like, he was crying at one point, and then he watched the octopus get one of its arms bitten off, and just was like, I couldn't interfere, and started crying. Like he didn't want to affect the ecosystem, and it was just so he's so enamored. He was just so in it. I was making fun of it.
It's the same as like you being sad about your dog or cat, you know, getting in a fight. Or
yeah, but I also that cat that I don't have to get in 40-degree water or 60-degree water and scuba dive for 10 hours a day. That cat lives with me and is a part of my life. Yeah. This guy made that octopus a part of its life, and then also watched it just get mutilated several times. It's just, dude, it's like he's on his own planet. Like he's like, I worry about my family and my friends. Like he's giving up his life to be with this octopus.
A small portion of his life.
A year of its life, and that octopus only lives, lifespan is average a year. So he dedicated to that whole octopus's life. It was 365
nice.
Days.
That's nice.
No, it was. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Is it rode the line of like,
you're just a hater.
No, I respected it just as much as I hated on it. That's fine, dude. That's fine. I just thought it was a little weird and a little cool.
Do you think you're a bigger hater or me?
I think you are deep down. I think on the surface, I definitely am. I think like you are much more critical to things, but you don't vocalize it as much. I think I'm very vocal, but I don't think like in this scenario, I have more respect for the guy, but I just thought he was a weirdo too. But like, right. So I think both. I think you're permanently critical, and I think you have really refined taste, and it's really hard to pass through your filter, and you don't like most things.
So which one? Me or you?
You.
All right.
You just don't. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't hate anything, so probably you.
But you don't have to hate something to be a hater.
Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, I hate everything. Well, yeah.
I actually might be a bigger hater because I just redefined it in my head, and then I was like, that's me then. Because you don't have to hate something to be a hater.
Yeah, I don't like anything, and if a lot of people like it, I'll join in on, like, say it's a movie. I'll watch the movie just so I can find reasons why not to like it, and then I'll have something to argue. Like if you love Fast and the Furious, I'm gonna watch all of them. That way, whenever we talk about it, I can tell you how bad it is and why it's that bad.
That's pretty hater, dude. I don't do that.
It's like
that's pretty bad.
It's like a hobby, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's you. Did you watch that movie, Trap?
No, I didn't watch any fucking
You
movies.
said you were like, I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I sent you a fucking link and everything, dude.
First of all, I don't sound like that.
It's cool.
I don't even have decibels that go that high. Sometimes on purpose.
Yeah. Why didn't you watch it? You should watch it. It's good.
What is it called?
Dude, Trap. Trap. No ED at the end. Yeah,
last night I watched that. It was a movie called. I don't know. There was deers on it. I don't remember what it's called.
Is it the one where the deers come out of the woods?
Yeah.
And act all weird. Left the world behind.
Yeah, it sucks.
Something like that.
That's it.
It was all right. It wasn't
right.
bad. Yeah, it was 7 out of 10. It was cool.
That's a little bit high. That's a little bit high.
One of the reasons I liked it so much because it's M. Night, right? M. Night Shyamalan, and every movie he has a twist, right? We talked about this, but that movie, if you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan, you were watching that and waiting for the twist, and you're like, oh, none of this is real, or like it's from this angle, or this guy's doing it, and the whole time you're waiting for it, and there was none. There's none, and so like that made it good for me.
No, that's dumb.
No, because that left me guessing. I predict a lot of movies, so it left me when I'm left guessing. That's interesting.
I try to go brain dead when I watch movies, so I'm pretty good at it too. I just watch.
You're pretty good at manipulating your brain.
Well,
I would say,
just in general. Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, I'll swallow a bunch of everything's.
It's interesting too because I feel like a lot of people who with diagnosis trick their brain, but just your tricks are just like very different. Like going intentionally brain dead into movies is a weird trick.
I want to enjoy it.
But just think about it. It's a weird trick. That's cool.
I'm just like watching movies and just drooling. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have to be like that. I have to.
That's funny. What's another weird trick you have that I don't know about?
I don't know.
You think about it too.
It's kind of like instinctively now. I'm not just like, let me do this brain dead trick.
Next podcast. Well, I guess that's tomorrow. But by next podcast, think of one.
I'll think of at least one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure because it'll happen and then you can see it.
One of my big ones that I did for like actively 3 to 4 years because I was trying to retrain myself, and it was to stop taking shortcuts, you know, because I was trying to stop being so lazy. So when I was driving somewhere, I would like type in my GPS like the optimal way, and then, you know, there's like another route and it adds like 5 minutes. I would purposely go the longer way, just to be like I could have, you know, I could have taken the shortcut. And then I tried to do that in all the activities that I was doing. Like, instead of using all my shortcuts on my keyboard, I would like go manually click that. And it took me, I don't know, 3 or 4 years to not purposely be lazy to do something. I don't know. But it helped me a lot. Helped me a lot.
Well, it's interesting too, because I feel like most of the time when people try to address laziness, it's like more of a big picture. Like, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to set up my routine, but that's so like micro. It's such little things. That's interesting. That's cool.
I mean, it all adds up, right?
Yeah.
It all adds up.
Well, and I think making change creates momentum. And I mean, I guess it does in that case, at least for you. It might be for others too. Little change or big change doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and it's the consistent, constant effort of doing it rather than, okay, I'm about to do this and I need to not take. So it's like I'm having to deal with this at every motion of my life, whether it's, you know, driving or being at home, or because I don't do anything. So I guess in my way, that's the only way that it could have worked.
You do things, you just don't do much things.
What do I do?
You stream, you hang out with your kids, you go to the store sometimes
inside of my house that are within my needs. So like grocery shopping, eating, taking a shower. Like, that's not doing things. That's just like functionality, you know, living.
Yeah. Okay. So baseline functioning.
Yeah.
Streaming. I think streaming counts, and I don't think you half-assed streaming either. So I feel like that counts. Like, you put effort into it. You have videos posting every single day. Like, there's effort there. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah, but that's I guess to me that's nothing, because it's just part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
Like if I went out hiking, that would be doing something, because it's something I don't do. That would be something out of my normal routine.
Yeah. Well, but that doesn't take away from what your routine is now. Yeah, we're mute point, dude. I don't care what you think.
I've never seen your nipples before. Wow.
How do you feel?
I don't know. It's the highlight of the podcast.
Yeah, dude. Peak. Dude. So one of the other things on my list is Mariah will a lot of times like rub my neck, right? Like a lot of way I handle stress is through my body. Like, so I get knots and stuff. And so she'll be rubbing my back or something, or hit me with the people's elbow or some shit, you know? And she was doing my lower back, and then she worked down to like the back of, like, almost my butt, but like my back of my hips almost, right? And she's done this before, and only a couple times, but this time it was really bad. But like sometimes she'll get really like locked in and like tunnel visioned, or maybe she's watching something. But like, dude,
straight to your butthole, or what?
No, just in this like knot, or like almost like pressure point, and she's not focused, or she's too focused. I don't know what's going through her brain, but like I felt it and it started hurting, and then I felt her lose herself, and she's just dropped fucking elbow, and I'm like, because I'm not only is she pushing so hard, but I'm trying to avoid the pain. Like for like 5 seconds, she's just fucking hammered my ass, dude.
Oh, don't say that. Oh my god,
dude. But it was
hammer my ass
with her elbow, and it was so funny to see her lose herself and then come back and be like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What was that? What? Why were you letting me thrust?" Like, I look like,
dude. Maybe she was trying to beat the bipolar out of you.
Something, dude. It was so funny though. I was, both her and I were laughing so hard, and almost strictly because she truly did lose herself. She had no care about whether she was hurting me or not. She was so locked in. It was funny.
How long ago was that?
Probably.
Dude, how often
during the
do
week.
You get massages from her?
Every other day.
Dang.
But like, sometimes they'll be light though. They'll be quick.
Yeah,
just quick, like.
What do you
boom, boom, boom?
What do you do for her, like every day or every other day?
Lots of things.
Like what?
I make her food a lot. I go to the store for her. I grab her energy drinks. There's a lot. Like, she's very much like a active service person.
Yeah.
So I do lots of those things. Cleaning up was a big thing for her.
Dude.
Or just helping her.
if I asked my ex to like even scratch my back, she'd be like, eh. I'm like, damn, bitch, can't even. Or it would be like for a very limited amount of time or something like that.
Yeah, that for
every
me,
day. That's a lot.
Yeah, but for me, that's like also one of the only ways I know how to receive physical touch or give it. And so I think there's something there too, where it's like an opportunity for us to connect more physically a little bit. And then I'll offer the same thing for her and she'll refuse and I'll try to do it. And sometimes she lets me, but dude, I'm a fucking.
Did you get revenge on her to start beating her back? Her head's getting whiplash.
Dude, if I ever made her look like me on that couch when she was doing it, I would go to jail for sure.
Your case would be opened back up.
Dude, I'd be out of here, man. I would not. It would be so inappropriate for me to do that to her. Put her through that much pain and flailing. Just crazy.
Just give it a try, dude. She might like it.
No. I think that's all I got on my list. Oh, I have one more thing.
Oh, no. One more thing.
It's really funny though.
Okay.
Well, because it's about you. It's one of the things I haven't told you this ever, but there's many things I like about being your friend. I'm doing it. There's many things I like about being your friend, right? But one of my favorite things ever, and it's happened a couple times recently. It's really not recently. Last week, when I wrote this list, it happened a lot the week before that. But one of my favorite things about being your friend is playing dumb, and it's almost like slight rage bait, where I'll say really stupid things.
We talked about this.
Yeah, did we? But
yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, it's my favorite, dude. And sometimes most of the time it doesn't work, but then sometimes I'll really get you. And then it went too far. Well, I think one of the things that made me think about it again was that the Integro thing.
Oh. Well, give them some context.
There's a streamer that we love. We love him. He's an Overwatch streamer. He is insufferable, but also very addicting to watch. And he whines the whole time and is super nerdy and is also very successful out of nowhere. He just started streaming and the dude's very successful. Like arguably at pace would be more successful than we've been most of our streaming careers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like right now I feel like he's right before our, like, not your peak because you've had pretty high peaks, but I've had high peaks too. But he's like approaching our peaks, our average peaks at least. And I mean, because I'd say he's
hold on. My average peak was 500. He's averaging about 50, which is really good. But that's on TikTok.
He's not averaging 50.
On TikTok,
on TikTok. Yeah. That's cheat code, though, dude.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, dude.
On Twitch, he's like 6 or 7, so I wouldn't give him that much credit. But
he had like 15 for I like last couple days. He's had like 15, so I'm like he's going up. And I was more talking about like excluding your Facebook days. Because like I feel like it's changed so much that like I was talking more like a Twitch. I have like 20 people in Twitch.
My peak on Twitch was like 35 to 40.
Yeah, dude, Guild Wars is good to you.
It was World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, but Guild Wars was good.
Yeah, Guild Wars was up there too.
Yeah, Guild Wars was probably the most followers in one sitting, just like constantly.
Especially the first couple days, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. But. So yeah, we love to hate him. He's funny, he's nerdy, he's whiny. He's also genuine and very like authentic. So like there's realness to his whininess and the things he does, right?
Okay, wait, hold on.
I think
that's kind of like
but he sucks.
A stigma. His authenticity is his whining. It's not like, oh, he's wholesome or anything like that. He's not cool like that.
He does sometimes though. Like his most successful TikTok clips are him being like, hey guys, I just want to stop for a second and say thank you so much. Like I never thought up until that kind of shit. So like I think there's some, but everything he's doing is authentic and it doesn't feel forced. And so I think that's one of the reasons he's garnishing viewers is because there's authenticity there and his whining is hilarious. Like I played against this guy, Julian. I played Julian. I call you Julian so much here, but I never call you Julian to your face. But him and I played against him.
We destroyed him. We absolutely obliterated him. And and all he did was blame his team. And I think that's the reason why we were hating so much, because especially whenever you do it in the global chat, like it's something to talk amongst your teammates and be like, man, y'all fucking suck. But then to type it to your enemy team so everybody can see it and it can be broadcasted to everybody, that's when it's like, all right, you're a dumb bitch. You know, everybody gangs up on that person. Like, yeah.
And we went to a stream, and I told him I dipped him, and he was like, "You didn't dip me."
Like, did you see my healer? Yeah.
So it's entertaining. I don't engage him as much, but the other day I was in Julian's TikTok stream, and it came up. I think you mentioned him. You said something about this guy, and I tagged him in the comments.
No, I was saying that I was gonna go back to Overwatch streaming permanently.
Oh, and be like yeah. And I tagged him in the comments, and it was my favorite reaction he's ever given me, because it was like, Julian has tampered down his disappointment with me quite a bit. At the start of our relationship, there's a lot more disappointment than what I feel now.
It's because I'm used to being failed, you know.
Yeah. And I think you see my path and how I get there. But I used to experience a lot more disappointment from him. And when I dropped his name in the chat, there was so much disappointment.
It wasn't just like he typed it. He tagged him in my stream. Yeah. It's a very different type of drop.
And rightfully so. Honestly, I probably would have handled it the exact same way. I would have been pissed and disappointed. And he's like, dude, if he comes into my chat, I'm banning you from every single platform. And he meant it. He meant it.
I really would have.
I could feel it. I could feel it. And then I had all this these feelings of remorse and laughter. I was laughing and crying. Like,
you were the octopus guy, dude.
Yeah. And I started watching, and I was making sure he didn't come, and I was prepping myself. I was like, I'm out of here.
Because it'll say like, you know, butt boy, dude. Well, I was playing Fallout 3 yesterday, and I just I can't wait to play Overwatch because I want to use it so bad. Guess what?
Use what?
It's like calling somebody a name or something. Buttbreath.
Oh, so you just want to play Overwatch so you can call someone Buttbreath?
Yes. I was like, he was like, shut up, Buttbreath, and I was like, God damn, that's such a good one, dude.
So stupid.
It's such a basic. I've never heard it in my life. Call someone
really
Buttbreath.
Good. And I feel like Buttbreath is like being called imbecile or something, where it increases effectiveness as you get older. Like at 30, if someone calls me a butt breath, I'm gonna be way more offended than if I was 10.
It's so funny. It's so basic too. I
think one of the things that you guys might not know about Julian is he loves talking shit in Overwatch chat. Loves it, dude, and like lives for it. And I think I think you've seen it. I've grown into loving it myself. I've really like started like and coming at it from a neutral. Yeah, and coming at it from a neutral standpoint. But the guy yesterday who was like trying to explain to me why the character I was playing was bad, and he was going on a tangent, and I was just like, dude, I cut him off. I was like, every word you say, I was going to let you go and continue and finish, but every word you say makes me want to listen to you less.
Yeah.
I was like, stop.
See, he handled it the Overwatch where he like laughed it off, and you know, he just kept going.
Yeah.
There's some people that get real mad and they just shut down and they go completely toxic mode. Calling you slurs and start withering away.
And Julian will rage. Oh, my computer PC's low.
We're almost done. Just push through.
Maybe that outlet. Well, if I shut off, Okay.
All right.
I got 8%. Julian loves rage baiting those people appropriately, so he won't say anything too far that will get him in trouble,
so
but he knows exactly what to say. Yeah. He knows exactly what to say to make them fuck up, and then he reports them.
Yeah, I'll definitely instigate to the point to where they're reportable, and then
you're like the bread poachers, but for toxic Overwatch people. You set them up.
It's crazy because the amount of ridiculous things that I've said, and I've never been banned, but it's like on the very edge. You know, I feel like even if I were to get investigated, they wouldn't do anything.
And I also think that most of it almost not justice is the wrong word, but it's oriented towards the bad person.
Yeah.
So even if you got reported, it's like this guy was the problem.
Yeah. It's like if me and you got in a fight and you pulled out a gun and shot me in the head. that's a you thing.
Yeah, you might have hit me, but
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's funny. Butt breath. I'll hold on to that one. Hold on. That's all I got. I'm gonna buy an Apple Pen. Also, we're gonna do that. I want to be able to experiment more.
Oh, because the drawing. That's right.
Yeah. Like I want to be. Okay, cool. We'll do that. My computer's gonna die.
All
right. Thanks, everyone. Episode 6. We'll see you tomorrow. Episode 7.
Bye-bye.
Bye.